simple future. I'm sure you heard about simple future before. So before we start, let's I want to tell you something about my future plans on a summer vacation. You can open your books to page 46, which in your book maybe 96, please. So let's talk about something fun and something we would like to do to have a vacation. For example, I will go next year to Europe, and I am planning to visit London, Paris, Berlin, Amsterdam, Belgium, and Denmark. I am going to check the flights to see if there is a direct flight to London, but I don't want the flight to be round. That means that it takes me from Mexico to London and then from London to Mexico. Because if I visit London and then Paris and then Belgium and then Denmark, how am I gonna go back to London? So I want to have to depart again from Denmark and arrive in Mexico at the end. I'm going to look for hotels because I don't want to stay in cheap hostels. I know it's gonna be expensive, but maybe there are some nice offers. And also I'm going to be checking the weather. I will check the weather to know what to pack. What if it is summer but it is rainy and I only go with shorts and t-shirts and skirts and I'm gonna be freezing. Also, what else do you think I need to check? What about, oh yes, I want to travel by train from London to the other cities. So I'm going to contact a travel advisor or a travel agency to ask them some advice about traveling by train from those cities. I think there is a pass that I can use, so it's going to be less expensive than if I buy everything over there. What else? I have to look for the tickets. I will look for the hotels. I will know what to pack in my bags or in my luggage. And what else do you think I should look for? If you plan a vacation, what would you be thinking about? What about the currency? You know what currency means? It has to do with money, with the kind of money in another country. So, I'm not going to travel with dollars. So I will look for the type of change, maybe from dollars to euros or to pounds if I'm in London, because in London they don't use euros. What else? What is the most important thing I need to think about? I mean, I'm going to go to Paris, but what am I doing? Exactly. So what places will I visit? Then I have maybe to look on the internet, and I will think about if I want to go to museums or to restaurants or to parks or famous venues or monuments. Okay, yes, what else? Something else? The food? Well, yes, I am going to think about the food, or at least make some investigation about what they eat, because what if I am a vegetarian? Or what if I am, I don't know, if I am allergic to some foods? For example, what if I am allergic to potatoes? And they eat a lot of potatoes in Germany. And then what am I gonna eat? Of course, there are places, but maybe it would be important to know if I am an allergic person or I have a special diet. Okay, what else? There is something very important too, because if that is a document, what I'm thinking about, because if I don't have this document, I cannot even buy a flight. What do you think it is?
Passport.
My passport, and what else? And my visa. Perhaps if I don't go through the US, I don't need a visa. But in case I need to make a stop or in another country in the US, I will need a visa. It doesn't matter that I'm not staying there. So I have to check. I will look that my passport is valid and my visa too, just in case. So I can buy the ticket, because that's the first thing I need to think about. What do you think about what else? Well, hotels, we have them. So I think that is mainly everything. Okay, very good.
Okay.
So let's look at the text. Sorry, nothing. Let's read this text about summer vacation, and let's see what they are going to do for their summer vacation. I will read the paragraph, and then Mr. Hall will be Carlos, and Rachel, Adriana, and then I will be Elizabeth, and then Carlos, you can be Colin, please, and Roger. Okay, so it is now July and the beginning of summer vacation. The students are very happy because they don't have school for 6 weeks. Today is also the first day of the camping trip the school organizes every year. The students are going to the campground by bus, and they are very excited. They are now outside the school and they are waiting to leave.
Please get on the bus, everyone. We're going to leave in a few minutes. Where is Roger?
He's at the store. He's buying some chocolate.
We will leave without him if he doesn't hurry. It's okay. Here he is.
The children all get on the bus and they soon depart. They ask Mr. Hall a lot of questions about the trip. Where is the campground, Mr. Hall?
It's about an hour away. It's very nice.
Are we going to stay in tents?
Of course, we'll put them up when we get there. Yo también ya. Will we go to the beach this year? Yes, the campground is very close to the beach, but we won't go every day. We will
Will.
also go hiking,
Hiking. Canoeing.
canoeing, and
Mhm.
camping.
Okay. It sounds great. I think we'll have an awesome time.
Yes, I'm sure we will be very happy. What are we going to eat tonight?
Hot dogs. Yummy. I love hot dogs.
You again.
Oh dear, I'm not going to eat anything else today.
Everyone looks at Roger. His face is a horrible green color. Are you alright? You look terrible.
No, I'm not. I feel sick.
I'm not surprised. I can't believe you ate all that chocolate.
Okay, so they are going on a. What kind of trip is this? Is it a trip of business?
No,
A trip from work?
no.
So then,
It's camp, a camping camp.
a camping trip, but they are going from school because it says the school organizes every year. Remember, today is also the first day of the camping trip. The school organizes every year. Okay, very good. So, what do you notice in this text? For example, when they're saying, we will live. When we say, we'll put them up when we get there. We want to go every day. We will be very happy. I'm not going to eat. The students are going to. Because this is not happening today. Is it happening in the past? When is it going to happen? In the future. Okay, so they are planning. So when we plan, we use the future. And for example, when we use be going to, well, we use be going to and will, okay? Be going to means that this goes with the verb to be. This can be he is going to, they are going to, we are going to, okay?
Okay.
And will plus the verb in infinitive. So for example, if I say, today I eat mushrooms. Tomorrow, what do I say if I want to say tomorrow? Because that's in the future. What can I say?
I will eat mushroom.
Will eat mushrooms. Or
I'm going to.
I am going to. Also, this verb always goes in infinitive. Mushrooms, okay? So that's the way we're going to form the future simple. There is not really a difference between these two words. I can say for everything, I am going to eat, I am going to sleep, I am going to, or I will sleep. but sometimes I'm going to is something more immediate,
Okay.
immediato. And will is something for something that we know that will happen, but later. For example, my holidays. I will go on holidays next July. But if I were going to go on holidays tomorrow, I could say, oh, I am going tomorrow to Los Angeles. It's more immediate, okay? So let's try to do grammar practice on the next page. Oh, well, yes, another thing, the negative form of will
Want.
is want. Want, of course, that it could be also I will not. But it's very usual to say want. And for going to is just not. No? I am, here we put not, going to, and the verb. Okay? So please do grammar practice. Underline the correct option to complete the sentences. Okay, so let's check. Number one, Carlos.
Will you drive me to school tomorrow?
Okay, number two.
He's going to drop.
Mhm. Number three.
He will be here at the 7 tonight.
He will be here at 7 tonight. Very good. Number four.
I want to buy the dress.
I want to. No, because
I'm
you.
not going to buy.
Mhm.
He's going to.
Okay, very good. Number five, Carlos.
The children won't be at school tomorrow.
Okay. And number six.
You be at work. Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay. So now give me some words about traveling that we mentioned, well, that I mentioned to you before when we talked about the trip.
What?
Words, vocabulary words that we need for. So for documents, what do we need? what did we say we need? Passport and visa. So if I have these ones, then what can I do? If I have this, what can I do with both of them?
Write your ticket.
Ticket. Ticket is another word. What else? When you say, I'm going to book, you know the verb book? Book is not only libero, but it's also a verb. When I say, I'm going to book a hotel, or I'm going to book a flight, it means to make a reservation. So, what else?
Kind of change.
Well, money exchange. Who can I call to get information about the flight? How
Day, hour,
the what?
day,
Day?
hour,
Day
date,
what? Date and hour for the flight?
flight.
Okay. Well, we would say the time, no? Flights. What do I need to, for example, board the plane? No? Okay. The boarding pass. Boarding pass. Remember, like passport pass. What else? Well, I need to know how much money I'm going to take with me. And that is, like when we say in Spanish, I need to know how many money we have to buy new chairs. But we call that money in a specific way. How do we call it? Even if you can say it in Spanish. The amount of money, okay. So that is called, do you know the word in English? No? It's called budget. So we talk about a budget. Maybe if we go to the travel agency, the agent is going to tell us, well, and how much is your budget if you want to visit Egypt or Africa? And maybe you say, well, 20,000 pesos. Well, forget it. Only to go to Cancun, no? Okay, what else? How do we call when we leave from one place to another? For example, in the airport. I mentioned it. I said I wanted to come from Denmark to Mexico, but I used another word. Okay, depart. That is, I want to depart, and the noun would be departure. Como la salida, no? And the opposite would be the arrival. O sea, llegar. Okay. Okay, so and how do I call my bags? The bags I'm taking with me to travel and to put all my things inside. How do we call that in Spanish?
And
How do we call the bags in which I'm going to take everything? My clothes, my personal items. I can say, oh, those are my bags, okay? Maybe it sounds like this kind of bag, but I can also refer to my luggage, that's the word, to my whole luggage. Equipaje, okay? To my suitcases or everything I'm taking with me in the plane would be my luggage, okay? Do you remember what did I say that I wanted to go only one way from Mexico to London? That is a one trip. But if I say I want to go from Mexico to London and London from Mexico, do you know how would we say that?
Transborda.
No, when for example, but there's another way we say it in Spanish. Redondo. So how do you think it would be in English? One way trip or? No, well, yeah, it could be two way. I don't know if they use it, but there's another word with redondo. No. Round trip. Round trip. This is important because if you book a flight, they will always ask you one-way ticket or a round trip, okay? Which will mean two-way ticket. Okay. Now, let's travel with these words, with this word match. Number one, what would mean better but more expensive travel condition?
Business class.
Business class, which in Spanish is?
Business class.
Clase ejecutiva, ¿no? O primera clase, a lo mejor puede ser que no haya más. Okay, now, number two, spaces for passengers to sit. Seats. So when you look at your ticket, there will say seat number 19, for example, and maybe it will say window or hall. No, I think it's hall or then number three, company that arranges travel.
Travel agency.
Travel agency, very good. Number four, non-stop
Direct.
or direct. That's a synonym, okay? A non-stop flight is a direct flight. But the inverse way, what would that be? With a stop.
One stop.
With one stop, with a stop, or with a stopover, but it means it has a stop somewhere, okay? Number five, confirm or make sure.
Check.
Check. So when they say, for example, check in, that means that you are confirming with your ticket that you are arriving to the airport or entering the airplane or whatever. No? Okay, now early or not late? In time. Okay, when you see, have you seen there are some charts in the airport or boards or like billboards where there is a time, for example, perhaps the day, the airline, and the time of the arrivals and the departures. And sometimes it says here on time, which means it arrived well, or it says delay, which it means it hasn't arrived or it's coming or something, but it's not on time. Okay. Then number 7, cheap and less comfortable.
Economy class.
Economy class. And 8, aircraft making a journey.
Flight.
Okay, the flight. Very good. So now let's look at this at page 97 where it says speaking. And you in pairs, please ask and answer the questions to each other. Carlos, you ask 1 and 2, and Adriana, you ask 3 and 4, please. Well, take a minute to look, read at the ticket,
Okay.
look what it say. If you have any question about the vocabulary.
Where is the ticket to?
To Adriana.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
When is the travel date?
What was the first day of class?
21st November 2012.
Okay. Now Adriana.
What is the seat number?
The seat number is G26.
And how much was the ticket?
$78.
Very good. Okay, so let's look at everyday English too. We have some questions and an answer. Where does it leave from? What time is the next train to New York, please? That could be also what time is the next flight to New York, or flight, train. We never say what time is the next airplane to New York, okay? But we use flight. So it says, for example, if we were going to take the ferry, can you look at number 2 where we have a boat? That is a ferry. Have you ever seen that before? Yes? No? A ferry is like a boat, but it's usually for transportation, and you can
Ferry?
ferry, and you can also get on it with your car, which is the most usual thing. Okay. So when you say that, maybe you can say, what time is the next ferry to New York? Okay. And then to one-way tickets, please. You use it in everything, in cars, boats, airplanes, helicopters, or whatever. If not, you're not gonna come back. Okay, so please complete the dialogue. Number 1, Adriana, please. The answer.
What time is the next train to New York, please?
It's at 10:15. Number 2, Carlos.
2 one-way tickets, please.
That's $192. And number 3, Adriana.
Where does it leave from?
Platform 6. Okay, so we don't use trains a lot here in Mexico, but platform is plataforma, and it's like el andén casi como el del metro.
Mm.
The difference is that in where they have train platforms, they have many platforms, and they are numbered from 1 to 10 or as much as they have. Okay. Now let's do this exercise. You're going to call your travel agent. Read the dialogue, then read the phrases and the new words and complete it so we can act it out. But we're going to act it out not with this information, but with our own creative answers, okay? ¿Está contestado?
Sí.
El mío no.
Ah. Okay, practice the dialogue. Agent and Annie. You are the agent and you
Okay.
are Annie.
Cathay Pacific Airways. Can I help you?
Yes, I need a flight from Tokyo to New York on Friday. Do you have any seats?
Let me check. Yes, I have one on the 5:30 flight.
5:30?
5:30.
5:30? What's the check-in time?
1 hour economy. 30 minutes business class. Will you leave that? Will you take
Take.
that?
Mhm.
Nunca.
Tomar. Porque leave es dejar, ¿no? And she is saying 1 hour economy, 30 minutes business class. Como lo quiere, will you take that? Okay? Annie?
Okay.
No, I won't get to the airport in time. When will the next flight leave?
There won't be another direct flight on Friday. There will be one on Saturday at the same time.
Fine, I'll take them.
Just let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. That flight's full.
Okay, instead of let me see, it would be better if we say let me check. Okay?
Let me check.
Let me check.
Okay.
And when you said let me check, it's fine. It's fine if you say let me check or let me see, but it would be better, okay? Or it says let me check, yes I have one at 5:30, that's fine. Okay? Very good. So now think about a place where you want to go soon, very soon. And without looking at this, now you're going to play the agent and you are going to be the passenger or the customer. And you're going to ask for a flight, you're going to ask for the time, the check-in time. You are going to offer economy or business class. Maybe you are going to ask for another option at the airport if you cannot get to the airport. And that's it. Okay? Are you ready? Yes, of course. You know how to do it now.
Okay, Pacific Airways, can I help you?
Yes.
No, but don't read. Don't read. Imagine that you are in this real situation. Imagine that tomorrow they are going to send you to England. And you have to get to the airport. I mean, book your flight, get to the airport, etc. We're going to hear also a conversation for the airport. What are you going to do? You will have to do it. And you know how to do it. But remember, these words are important. Check, check-in, flight, what else? Business class to economy class. Those are important words, okay? So, again. But don't look at it.
No, I changed my papers.
British Airways. You work at British Airways.
Work in British Airways. British Airways, can I help you?
Yes, I need a flight to from Mexico to London. Do you have a seat available?
Let me see.
Okay.
Do
Quickly.
you want economic class or business class?
Economic class, please.
We have a flight on Friday at 5:30. Do you want to get there? That? No, there.
There? Would you like to get there?
No. No me acuerdo. Ay.
Ask her again then. What was your question? Yo no me acuerdo.
No, I asked you if you want economic or business. And you say
Economic class, please.
And you said something like, I have one, or I have, or there is one.
there is one at 5 on Friday at 5:30. Do you want to get there?
Ok. ¿Tengo que decir lo mismo de aquí o puedo decir que sí?
There. It's take there. No get.
Take it.
Take it.
Yes, I take it. What time is the check? Check-in?
Mhm.
What time is check-in?
Or is 30 minutes?
No, say the time. You have to say a complete time. If the flight was at 5:30, maybe he has to check in 2 hours before.
You have to check in 2 hours before.
2 hours before, okay, that's fine.
¿Y qué más?
Do you want window
Okay,
or
thank
hall?
I want my
Do you
tickets,
want
please.
window or
Quickly.
hall?
Yeah, I stay.
It's different if you want window or hall.
Okay. Some observations. You don't say I need because I need it's kind of I need this to be done, like if that was something the king wants, you know what I mean? So you have to be polite and you say I would like a flight, I would like a room, I would like, always asking very polite, and don't forget to say please, because because you're asking for a service. Now you said available, very good. Available, okay? It's not economic class, it's economy class. Economy.
Economic class.
Only economy.
Economy.
It's not economic. Okay. Then also, would you like to take it? Yeah, well, in the end you said it. Well, okay, I will take that. I will take it. Very good. Now, when you ask the time, what's the time to check in is what's the check-in time? That's the correct question.
What's the check-in
In
time?
time. Okay. And then, well, very good. 2 hours before, or they can also tell you at 10:30, at 9:45. Okay. Very good. Now we're going to listen to a dialogue at the airport. Also pay attention because you're going to practice out another conversation. So you have your ticket. Now you're going to get to the airport and let's see what you are going to ask. Sorry, what were you going to say?
¿Otra vez están grabando? No, yo no me acordaba.
It's fine, don't worry. This is not to evaluate you, but to evaluate me.
Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today?
Los Angeles.
Again.
Siempre está muy cerca
Maybe I'm
No,
going
yo
to
estoy.
what lower? Let's see. Okay.
Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today?
Los Angeles.
May I have your passport, please?
Here you go.
Are you checking any bags?
Just this one.
Okay. Please place your bag on the scale.
I have a stopover in Chicago. Do I need to pick up my luggage there?
No, it will go straight through to Los Angeles. Here are your boarding passes. Your flight leaves from gate 15A, and it will begin boarding at 3:20. Your seat number is 26E.
Thanks.
Did you recognize new words? There are some new words we haven't talked before. Let's see it. Let's listen.
Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today?
Los Angeles.
May I have your passport, please?
Here you go.
Are you checking any bags?
Just this one.
Okay. Please place your bag on the scale.
What does she say? There, please place your bag on the scale.
Skill?
The scale. So what do you think this means?
Skill?
The scale. Más bien en la balanza, ¿cómo se le dice en español? ¿Dónde lo pesan? En la escala, ¿no? ¿Cómo
No.
se llama?
La báscula.
báscula. Very good. Báscula, okay? So that's the scale. Then,
Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today?
Los Angeles.
May I have your passport, please?
Here you go.
Are you checking any bags?
Just this one.
Okay. Please place your bag on the scale.
I have a stopover in Chicago. Do I need to pick up my luggage there?
okay, so I have a stopover in Chicago. Is he flying to Chicago?
No.
No. So what it means that there is a stopover.
Una parada en Chicago.
Okay, yes, very good. And then he asks, do I need to pick up my luggage there? Is that clear? What did we say the luggage was?
Equipaje.
So he has to stop in Chicago and he asks, do I need to pick up my luggage there? Is it clear?
Volver a registrar.
A recoger. Pick up, recoger. Okay. So then she tells him.
Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today? Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today?
Los Angeles.
May I have your passport, please?
Here you go.
Are you checking any bags?
Just this one.
Okay. Please place your bag on the scale.
I have a stopover in Chicago. Do I need to pick up my luggage there?
No, it will go straight through to Los Angeles. Here are your boarding passes. Your flight leaves from gate 15A, and it will begin boarding at 3:20. Your seat number is 26E.
Thanks.
Okay. In this part of no, it will go straight through Los Angeles. Here are your boarding passes. Your flight leaves from gate 15A and it will begin boarding at 3:20. Your seat number is 26E. Is it clear what gate means? Your flight leaves from gate 15A.
Your flight. Gates son puertas, ¿no? Como
Ujú, como salidas o como... No me acuerdo cómo se dice.
Como
la
rejas.
cosa. Bueno, gate literalmente es como una cerca o una reja. Pero en el aeropuerto gate es la salida por donde sales a tomar el avión o el camión o lo que sea. Okay. Very good. So, are you ready to do your own conversation?
Sí.
Sure.
Now that you do, the important things to say are, for example, the information at the end. So you have to give, or if you are the customer, you have to receive the boarding passes. And the person will have to inform you about the gate, the check-in. No, the time when you are going to begin boarding, but we are talking about something about time, and the seat, for example. Okay? And what else? When you are going to give hello, good morning, no, hello, no, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Of course, you're going to ask, where are you going? And you have to be asking about the stopover, okay? Remember?
No.
There will be a stopover. So now you're going to fly from Dubai to where else in the world is to South Africa, okay?
South Africa.
So now you are the customer and you are from British Airways.
No.
Yes.
No me acuerdo.
This is kind
Yeah, also scale. Okay, a scale. We're going to listen once more. Pay attention. But this is the last one, okay? Then with your own words, we'll try to use a scale, passport, bags. Okay, here we go.
Good afternoon. Where are you flying to today?
Los Angeles.
May I have your passport, please?
Here you go.
Are you checking any bags?
Just this one.
Okay, please place your bag on the scale.
I have a stopover in Chicago. Do I need to pick up my luggage there?
No, it will go straight through to Los Angeles. Here are your boarding passes. Your flight leaves from gate 15A, and it will begin boarding at 3:20. Your seat number is 26E.
Thanks.
Okay, go.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
¿Qué?
Mhm.
Where to fly today?
Where is she going?
Ah.
I mean, think of where is she going. You have to ask her.
Where is she? Okay. Es que me cuesta trabajo.
Good afternoon, Carlos. Where you fly today?
Where are
Are
you
Where are you
flying
flying?
today? Is flying?
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 Where are you flying today?
¿Dónde estaba?
In Dubai, and you're going to South Africa.
I'm going to South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa.
Do you check in any
La
Equipaje.
Okay.
Luggage.
only this bag.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. No? Mhm.
Could you
Would you put in the
scale?
in the scale?
Yeah, okay, put it on the scale,
Put it on
please.
scale, please.
Es una porquería.
Something about I have stopover.
You are worried because you have a stopover in Israel. And you have to ask if you will have to pick up your luggage again. Don't try to remember what you heard. Try to ask it with your words. Imagine you are in that situation. You are going to another place, but you are worried because you are going to make a stop and you don't know what's going to happen with your bag. So ask her.
In this travel, there is a stopover.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in this travel,
In this travel, there are there is there in stopover.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not well formulated, but did you understand or?
yes.
Okay, is there a stopover in this flight?
Mm.
It's a question.
Mhm.
Remember that with the question you start with the verb. Is there a stopover?
Yes, you stop in Israel.
Okay. So then,
What? Bueno, ¿qué preguntaría primero?
and I'll tell you, Carlos, our luggage, what are we gonna do? Ask her something about.
What time is the stopover on Israel?
But that's not important because, well, that's important if you want to know the time for you. But we're talking about the luggage. So maybe you can ask her, and what's going to happen with my luggage?
Okay.
As easy as that. You don't have to ask this. There is a stopover in Chicago. So she tells you, yes, there's a stopover in Israel, and now ask her.
My luggage.
Checking again your luggage.
And you ask her with the form of the future, what will happen with my luggage? ¿Qué pasará con mi equipaje?
What will happen with my luggage in Israel?
Very good. And then you say it's gonna be lost.
The luggage comes in other flight.
No.
So sad when that
Please,
happens.
it's important to check the label, your name.
When I go to Oslo,
When I went.
when I went to Oslo, my luggage.
Oslo?
Yeah.
Where is Oslo?
Norway.
Hmm?
In Norway.
Ah, okay. Pero
My luggage was in other flight. It was so sad.
And what did you do to ask for your luggage?
No, the girl told me when I arrived. She told me that my luggage was in another flight and I need to go English and ask about if my luggage was there.
In English or in Spanish?
My
Did she ask you in English
yes, and
or in Norwegian?
no, I don't know.
Okay, so
I know that it's a different and difficult language.
yeah, I
So
can
difficult.
imagine.
Have some. You need to say in some intonation, or they doesn't understand you. It was so difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it must be hard.
I know.
Okay, so with your British Airways, that's not going to happen. So you say to him
You don't need to
worry.
worry.
Okay, so because he is going to work to South Africa, so maybe you can tell him, don't worry, your luggage is going to arrive in South Africa.
You pick up your luggage in South Africa.
Very good. And to finish, you have to give him the information for the boarding passes, gate, time, and seat. Your boarding passes. I give you your boarding passes. So what do I tell you?
You are your boarding passes.
Here are your boarding
Are
passes.
your boarding passes.
Okay, very good. Now for the gate, so you're taking the plane, right? But I said, you don't say I will take the plane. I take a flight. Okay, so the flight leaves from gate 40 or whatever. Okay, and then
6:30. Your seat is G23.
Okay, very good. And
Thank you.
thank you. Yes, okay. Very good. Well, you have to think about this if you ever want to travel to another country, not only to England or to the United States or Canada, but in other parts of the world, English is very useful. If you don't speak Norwegian or French or Japanese or whatever, there are people that will attend you in another language, and maybe it would be English. So try to practice and think of yourself in these situations. What would you do? And sometimes maybe it's very useful to look at your book, practice the sentences, kind of remember what you want to say, and try to make it simple as always. Don't try to say all this about place your bag on the scale. Well, you have to know these words because for sure they will ask you that. Your boarding pass, your passport, the check-in times, the gate where your flight will leave.